Hi guys, and welcome back to Archie Hamilton Racing and to what is going to be an epic video today. Previously to making a YouTube channel, I've been a professional racing driver for years and years, and last year, after a lot of time out, we got the chance to race again, and the support from you guys was absolutely incredible. We've been working so hard behind the scenes to make this happen again after losing my Lamborghini drive, and in today's video I have brilliant news for you, and we have made it possible. I've just arrived at Brands Hatch because today is first of all an announcement day of the championship I will be competing in, but it's also the first day that I'm going to get the chance to be back in a racing car, a full-blown GT3 car, pushing it to the limits and bringing you all along for what is going to be an epic video ahead. I cannot wait to get going. It's been a while, but it's time to dust off the cobwebs, get going, and send this thing. Yeah, so I just had the first session, which is good. Just got a proper sort of feeling for the car. With this, there's a lot of traffic out there. There's a race weekend this weekend, so yeah, it's when you jump in something like this, it's how much faster it is than anything if it's a road car, or the closing speeds are crazy. So it's managing that as well. But straight away we've got to near enough to the limit of the brakes, which is good, and really sort of getting when there's traffic that bad, you can only really focus on that. Feeling of the car is very good. We're going to make a couple of changes and go from there. So session 2 we will again just focus on getting comfortable in the car, and then just start pushing it even more and more and more, really hammering the braking points even more. But so far so good, and it didn't take me long to get on with it, which is perfect, because sometimes when you've driven different cars, I've driven a lot of these sorts of cars before, so it was just like coming home again. So we'll do some data, do some stuff, and we'll send it for the second one. Okay, it is now after session 2. We've had both sessions. Traffic is crazy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around the car and show you the car and everything about it, and in all its glory here in the pit lane in the sun. It's been going brilliantly this morning, and loving it. It's so cool. So the championship we are competing in is the Porsche Gt3 Cup Series, which goes around with the British touring cars. So we're going to be the race before and after the British touring cars. So the races go around the whole of the country, and they are broadcasted on TV. But not only that, yeah, it's Gt3 Cup. It's a very competitive championship, and 30 cars-ish. It's a massive step up. But I've had some challenges, but this is one for sure. I'm racing this year for Brook Speed Racing. As you can see, Connect It. They are one of our main sponsors this year, and the other sponsors will be revealed as well. The car is a Gt3 Cup Car, so we'll have a little walk around it. It is cool, and it is flipping fast as well. I mean, that rear wing is it is absolutely crazy. This ring generates a lot of downforce. They make a very nice noise, which is always positive. Let's have a little walk inside so you guys can have a little look. Cockpit, you can see all the different buttons that we have in there. The alarms, display, pit speed limiter. It's basically a stripped out road car, so to speak, with crazy amounts of power. You're lapping Brands Hatch roughly 45 seconds. A normal road car would be like late 50s potentially. If you're wondering when the first race is, well, the first race is at Snetterton, and that is in the middle of June. That's when we're gonna get a chance to really get going. That's the first race. We will have a couple of test days before, but there's no denying we're catching up here. This is a very last minute deal. The guys at Brookspeed, Connect It, Eufy Filters, a lot of people have come together and made this possible. As you know, motorsport is an expensive sport, and to get going and even be in the car is epic. Being able to be in Carrera Cup from making YouTube videos is pretty surreal, but we're gonna do it and we're gonna have a lot of fun. If you're wondering as well, I get a lot of questions being like, well, can we get involved with sponsorship? Well, yes, there are limited spaces available. We have a bronze package, we have a silver package, and we also have a gold package to bring clients along and entertain, and Porsche hospitality and everything. And I'll leave the links down below so how you can get involved if you are interested in becoming a last minute sponsor with the team, etc. There's lots happening. But anyway, that's a little brief about the car. I should stop waffling. We should jump back in it and go back.
I'm gonna be the man for tonight because I'm feeling myself, and I have to say I got millions from this dream that's on the way. I've been looking in the mirror, can't complain. If we're still alive, then we celebrate.
Okay, that's the final session done. I was trying to talk you through a lap on that, but it wasn't recording on my recorder, which is brilliant. But anyway, what I'm going to do, because that wasn't working, is talk you through a lap and yeah, what the car's doing, how it's braking, the turning, everything around the Brands Hatch Indy circuit, the gears I'm using for each corner, that's another thing. So we're going to do that and jump on board with me in the Porsche Gt3 Cup around Brands Hatch Indy. Okay, I'm going to take you on board a lap here at Brands Hatch, going down the main straight. There is quite a lot of traffic, but we will hopefully deal with it into the inside paddock of this car. We go down to 4th gear, down to 3rd gear, it usually is 4th gear, all the way out to the exit, up to 4th gear, braking hard for Druids, down 2, off the brakes, go a little bit as you go in, focus on the exit, early on the power, all the way out, 3rd, up to 4th, Graham Hill, down to 3rd, get that inside curb, straight back on the power, then up to 4th, and then we can keep the car in 4th. It's a little brake, but as you can see how fast I was approaching traffic on this day, we approach a very slow Mini. So this is basically what we've been doing all day with the closing speeds in this Porsche Carrera Cup car. And then we go on to another lap. There's a caterer in front of us, he kindly keeps out of the way. We approach them really, really fast, going into Paddock Hill Bend, which is the most scary corner of the track, breaking a nice straight line, all the way out to the access road to the green, turn in, on the power on the apex, and get on there really nice and early, up to 4th gear, braking for Druids, nice and hard, down to 2nd, all the way in, on the power nice and early, all the way out to the exit curb for Graham Hill, up to 4th, down to 3rd, on the power nice and early there for that corner, all the way out, up to 4th gear, a little brake as you turn in, get this inside curb, just clip it, straight back on the power, and then down to 3rd, all the way into the apex, a little bit of an oversteer moment, which wasn't ideal, but then we're all the way out to that curb. So that's the time which is on very, very old tyres, and there's the points where I can go quicker, but that's a lap of Brands Hatch Indy. So that was another good session. The pace was really, really strong. I hope you enjoyed that 360 camera which we have, which is mega to capture this footage. But yeah, the pace is strong, and really just getting used to trailing the brakes all the way in. They're so important, these Porsches being rear-engined. Even like 5–10% on the brake pressure will just rotate the car mid-corner, and it's just doing that, and yeah, it's been really, really good. Let me show you something which is just in here really. I'm going to talk you a little bit through what I see as a driver when I'm sort of going through. You have your sort of dash where you have your rev lights which go to the top. When they hit the top, you go up a gear. Your timing is on there. I actually cover up my live delta. It's a live delta which basically says if you're up or you're down on timing. I actually cover that up because you can very easily focus on your delta and not focus on what the job you have to do. It's very easy to drive to a delta, so I take that up, and then yeah, just down a gear, up a gear. Your wipers, don't need that today, we'll need that when we race in Scotland. all your alarms, display, high beam, everything else. Your pit speed limiter is just down there. When you press it, the light comes on just here, and then that means that your pit speed limiter is there and you don't speed in the pit lane and get big fines. But yeah, that is actually about it for that. Just going to go back, do more data, but what we can see from the data, everything is positive, and my brake traces are bang on in terms of getting the initial peak, bleeding off as you go into the corner, carrying a little bit in, and that is how you drive one of these Porsche Cup cars. They're very tricky. There's no ABS, pure driver's car. So there we go. The day is now done here at Brands Hatch. It was really successful. Times are looking good. The car's still in one piece, and just getting used to it, really. It was one of those days where I just had to start slow, build it up, really got used to the braking without the ABS and getting used to a Cup car. It really is one of the hardest cars you ever drive. Didn't do new tyres. We were on very old tyres because we didn't need to. Save that for when we need to race. And yeah, really positive video in terms of the fact that I'll be racing this year with Brooks Speed Racing in the Porsche Carrera Cup Series, going around on the television, everything. You guys can follow it closely. We're going to have the cameras following us. We're going to really give maybe more of an in-depth to what we did last year with the behind the scenes and more on-board stuff. And yeah, it's going to be really, really cool. And I love making this sort of content. It's mega, and I just can't wait for more, really. So yeah, on to the next test day, which is in about 2 weeks' time. We're going to go to Snetterton, and we do have catching up to do, but the Brooks Speed guys are working really, really hard. We're working massively hard as well with the sponsorship side, and there, like I say, there are some limited spaces available on this car for the sponsorship side as well. So I'll leave the details down below for that, because motorsport's expensive, and we want to make through the whole of this season racing this incredible car. So a massive thanks to the team, sponsors and everyone, and you guys for being involved. It's going to be a really cool journey, and I can't wait to share it. And today's just been a small taste of what's to come. And a massive thanks to the guys behind the camera. I'll leave their details down below. They've come along and filmed what I'm sure is going to be an epic video for you all, so make sure you check out them as well, all of them. They've been absolute legends, so go and do that as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all very soon.
I was so apparent that I'm gonna be the man for tonight, because I'm feeling myself and I have to say